What's going on, guys? It's Rest, and in today's video I want to go over that build that I talked about in my previous video. If you didn't watch it, it's all about the Fallen Guillotine. Be sure to check it out if you want to learn more about this. It is essentially Dark Drinker 2.0. It's a very good sword, and it's completely going to change what we use in PvE. Starting off with the build, I'm just going to go into the weapons, as they don't matter as much other than obviously the Fallen Guillotine. But I'm running Mountaintop because it's just a very good special weapon. It's really good for add clear boss damage if you ever just need anything. There's nothing much else to say about the Mountaintop. If you want to run something else, you can. This is just what I'm running. But then I have Trinity Ghoul with the Catalyst. This is going to help out with generating a ton of orbs, which is going to, in return, help out with this build an insane amount. And if you don't know what the Trinity Ghoul Catalyst does, essentially now every arc damage kill you get is actually going to load the Lightning Rod shot up. You no longer have to just get a precision kill, and you can just chain lightning everywhere, and the add clear with this thing is absolutely gross. So since the Trinity Ghoul is our add clear weapon, and this is our all-around weapon, the Fallen Guillotine is going to be our boss damage weapon. Now, like I said, if you didn't see the video, this one has Whirlwind Blade and Relentless Strikes, so you can just keep hitting your light attacks to get ammo back, and plus stack your Whirlwind Blade, and then you can use your power attack, aka Dark Drinker 2.0, to just do an insane amount of damage. Now, with all good builds, it's obviously going to be all in the armor and the armor mods that we're using. So starting off, I'm going to say this is a Charge of Light build. Charge of Light is actually a very strong mechanic in the game that is not being utilized to an extreme amount, but the things, especially with this season and the mods you can get, are absolutely crazy with some of the things you can do. So to start this whole Charge of Light chain and just get stacks of it, I'm going to be running Taking Charge. So every time we pick up an orb, we become charged with light. This is very good, because if you remember what I said about the Trinity Ghoul, we're going to be creating orbs everywhere. So this is going to allow you to just keep picking those orbs up, become a charge of light, and you could just pretty much be charged of light indefinitely. It's actually kind of crazy. But then as you see here, I have 2 enhanced sword scavenger perks on from the seasonal artifact. This is going to be really good for the Fallen Guillotine, so we can just always have max ammo for our sword, and we can use it to clear adds, do boss damage, whatever you want to do. Now on the bond right here, I have Charged Up, which is going to allow you to take an additional stack of charge of light, so now you can have 3 instead of 2. Plus, I'm also running Oppressive Darkness, which, if you don't know, gives you a 30% debuff when a Void Grenade hits an enemy, which is going to pair really well with some of our other armor that we're using and our subclass that we're using. But then I have Repercussion right here, so we replenish health every time we pick up an orb of light. So now when we pick up an orb, we're not only getting charged with light, but we're also healing ourselves. And like I said, there's going to be orbs everywhere with something like Trinity Ghoul. And then finally, I just have a major resist, so we can just take reduced damage, which is always nice. But then for the chest piece right here, I am running stacks on stacks. This is not needed. I kind of like just having it, so I can for sure always have max stacks with Charge of Light. So what this does, you gain an extra stack of Charge of Light every time you gain basically 1 stack. So picking up an orb, now you get 2, and you have 3 max. So literally always picking up an orb, you're always going to have these Charge of Light stacks. And it's really good. A simple way to explain this, if you play Borderlands, these are essentially kill skills, kinda. You kill an enemy, pick up an orb, and then you're just gonna get insane buffs later on in our other armor mods. But then I have a grenade launcher reserves right here to help Mountaintop out. You can kind of just use whatever you want to. But then I also have a discipline mod, which is gonna give us more discipline. As you see, we have 70 discipline, which is gonna pair really well with our exotic armor here, Controverse Hold. Now, if you don't know what Controverse Hold does, essentially when you charge a Void Grenade up, when that grenade hits an enemy, it's going to get a random amount of grenade energy back, and that paired with 70 discipline is actually going to let you pretty much have your grenade at all times, which is very good. And if you remember on the bond, like I said, we have Oppressive Darkness, so that grenade's always going to be applying a 30% debuff. Now, I'm also running Enhanced Grenade Launcher Loader, which is going to let us reload the Mountaintop a lot quicker. Then boss resist, so we can run up to bosses and sort them without taking much damage. Now, another thing, if you don't know what the Controverse Hold does, when you charge the grenade up, you actually get a solid amount of damage reduction. So that paired with boss resist, you can run up to an enemy, throw the grenade on the ground, and then just go to town. You're not even taking much damage. But then finally, for the helmet, this is where the Charge of Light comes into play, and you can just do an absurd amount of damage with the sword. So we're taking the new mod, Lucent Blade, right here. While Charge of Light, dealing damage with the sword gives you bonus sword damage for 5 seconds, consuming 1 stack of Charge of Light. That's 5 seconds. That's crazy amount. But then we have greatly increased the charge rate of your equipped swords. And the way you make this work is you have to have another arc mod equipped into the current armor that you're wearing, which, since it's a helmet, we're going to be using Sword Ammo Finder, so sword ammo drops more often. And that is an arc mod, so we're proccing that second perk. Now, as you see, this is just 7 energy. You can max this out, and you can take 2 of these to always get more sword ammo, and it'll be even better. But then I have minor resist right here, so we just have a good round out of minor, major, and boss resist, and we can just take reduced damage. Like I said with the helmet, not everything is masterwork, not everything is perfect gear, but this just shows off the potential of what this build can already do, and it's not even perfect as it can be. But now for the subclass, I'm going to be running top skill tree Nova. If you don't know what this does, essentially you can charge your grenade up and make it even stronger, and it's going to make certain things like the vortex grenade last longer, which is in return going to let you keep applying oppressive darkness, and your grenade is going to come back while your other grenade is already doing a lot of damage. So between the grenade doing damage, the oppressive darkness being applied, the sword doing the same amount of damage with something like the replenishing guard and the lucent blade, you're just going to be able to just tear through bosses in the game. It's actually crazy. You're never going to have to worry about charge light stacks at all with taking charge, stacks on stacks, and charging up. And something like the Trinity Goal is going to let you just keep getting orbs and just doing an absurd amount of damage with the sword. Like, it's actually kind of crazy. So for the rest of this video, it's just going to be some gameplay showing like the true potential of what this thing can actually do. As a general rule of thumb, basically when you see a boss, charge your controverse hold so you can get that damage reduction, run up to it, throw your grenade on the ground, start using your light attacks to get your whirlwind blade stacks up, and then once you get your stacks up to 5 or even 3, 4, 5, it doesn't really matter, but try to get them to 5, use your power attack and melt the boss. And then with things like lucent blade, your charge rate for that power attack is going to come back really quick, and you can keep doing it again, and you can go into the next boss or major or just any tough enemy in the game. But now remember every now and then to kill people with your Trinity Ghoul so you can keep getting those orbs and keep getting this charged light stacks, because you want those to do the insane amount of damage with the sword. That's going to go over this video, guys. This was the first, I guess, technical build I've ever made for Destiny. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely be sure to try this out. Be sure to get the lucent blade mod because it's absolutely insane. You definitely don't want this season to go away and not have this, because the way swords are looking right now, they're going to be really, really good for the coming years. And if you remember way back when the update came out, the light attacks now don't have a cap. You can just keep chaining them, which makes whirlwind blade even easier to proc, which is what making swords very, very good. Having that light attack to go into that power attack to melt enemies is absolutely crazy. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video or found it helpful in any way, remember to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out and I truly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.